Good morning and welcome to Second Valley. I'm not sure, I didn't think I should start off by saying that I would be out shooting this morning. We sat in the car for approximately, well, it's Rafi and I sat in the car for approximately 30-40 minutes. Rain, stop play. It was quite heavy. Well, I'll say quite, it was very heavy, and it seems to have gone off now, so thankfully we're able to just get out. So I've changed my plans for this morning. I was going to photograph the old jetty over there, but it's dull and super overcast, so what better for some real nice long exposure, as if you'd expect anything else from me. So yes, so I've just been looking just around here and I've found this nice little section of rock that's in the water. So the tide's going out, so we'd have to move to make sure that we can complete our image while it's in the water. So I'm just going to slip onto shutter priority so I can gain focus. Makes it much easier. And now I've locked it. The second thing I want to know, I want to decide if I want no glare or glare. You can see that there's some nice coloured rocks just under that water there. Some reds and yellows. So I think that's what we may, I think we'll go with that. I'm just going to shift back now to manual now that I've got it, and I'm going to increase our shutter speed till we've got that nicely framed. Now there are some hills off to the right here with that jetty, and I think I may just take this shot. It's nicely balanced, I think, between these rocks on the left and that hill on the right, and I don't really mind that you can't see the jetty too much. It's blending into that background, but there's nothing we can do about that. So I think from this is fairly good. It's saying that we're at, well, saying 8 seconds at the moment. I don't believe that, but I will take it. That's at ISO 200. So let me just take that and just as a test shot, and then I'm going to get a grad of 1.2 grad. So let's have a little look at that, see how we've gone. It's not too bad actually. It's a tiny bit of overexposure in the top left hand corner, nothing we can't recover. The reds, as normal on that channel, are way over to the right on our clipping. So 8 seconds isn't bad. So if I want nice smooth water, I can put a 3-stop on and get around about a minute. So how you work that out, it's 8 seconds, so it's 16 is 1 stop, 32 2 stops, 1 minute approximately is 3 stops. And again, you've always got to be mindful that the sun, or the light in this case, is rising. Now you can see that soft grad just brings out some of that detail in that cloud. So I'll get ourselves a 3-stop. We'll pop that on. We've already locked our focus. Let's pop that on. Let's bring that up to a minute. And what I will do is to make sure that we're not clipping anything, I will move from F11 to F13, or even better, let's keep it at F11 for now. Why don't we just lower our ISO to 100, and then maybe we can increase our shutter speed to 2 minutes. F13. Let's give that a little go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do just the rock on its own in isolation, and again another 2 minute exposure. I like that. Very minimalist. Possibly these are going to be just black and white. We will have to see. I think probably black and white, but it depends. There's a lot of subtle colour. There's lilacs and there are subtle reds this early in the morning. There's a little bit of red on the horizon, so we'll see. An odd thought occurred to me the other day. Bear with me. It was, should you steal photographs? So I don't mean any sort of heist of Richard Avedon's work, for instance, or any other famous photographer's work. What I mean by that is it okay to follow in the footsteps of a photographer, famous or otherwise, and sort of steal their compositions? I think wholeheartedly the answer to that would be yes. But the reason why I'm saying that is because, especially if the photographer gives you the settings, not that the settings are the be all and end all, but if they give you the settings and you know where the photograph was taken from and the subject matter that was taken, you can practice. It's absolutely essential, I think, as a beginner. If you have an end result in mind when you start taking the photographs, and it's very difficult, I think, on your own to develop any sort of eye, and we'll call it the eye, or the thing, or the talent, or what it is that enables some photographers to plonk a camera down and just take a wonderful photograph. Now, at the moment, I still don't count myself in that number. I enjoy photography, but I know my limitations, and I'm pushing the boundaries of that. And I think the same should be of every, especially beginning photography. When you're beginning photography, is how do you learn, how do you move forward? And I think mimicry is absolutely essential when you first start out. So you can see someone's end result, and that becomes your intention. That's the intentionality of you going out, is to capture that image, and then you craft it. You work with heights, angles, the technical skill of your camera, and you practice and practice and practice until you nail it. Now, you won't get the same conditions, but if you get the same form and function and texture, then wonderful. You know, you're there. So if ever you see a similar subject, then in your mind you've already got an idea of how to craft something to give you an end result. And after you've done that for, you know, it maybe a year, 2 years, I still do it. At the end of that practice, you will then be able to sort of develop your own quirky twist on things. Yep, that's how that person would do it, but I think I want to try it this way. And then you just get out there and do it. And I think that's how you develop as part of the process of developing your own style, your own skill. So yeah, I'm actually looking behind you and thinking that we might be able to take this little headland. There's a nice headland there. So yeah, I'm going to set up for the next image and then we'll see where we are. There we go. Okay, everybody, I sort of got out here. Wow. I certainly don't think there's any mimicry to this image at all. There we go. Maybe I have to go slightly to the left, as I want that large boulder in the middle. Oh. Well, you've got to be careful. That water is coming in. That's better. That is better. Okay. Right. Oh. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So it's looking around about 25 seconds. We should be able to get 40. I'm just going to focus. I will focus stack this. Actually, yeah, we'll do 40 because I want that water. So we'll get that. And then I'll do a shorter exposure for those clouds. Now, I'll have to hold everything carefully because the waves are coming in. I'm going to get wet, but wet, you'll dry off. There we go. Oh, in my boots. It's in my boots. Okay, so we're going to use this little bit of beach to take our eye through, and then off into the distance where there's a slight bit of light that I think you can see. So I'm just working out whether we want glare, and we don't. Look at that disgusting vignette in the top left. And there we go. We'll take that shine and that sheen off the water so we can see through it. Wonderful. I do like those clouds, but I may trim that in post because the interest is really just on that horizon. Just gonna have a look and see, just like this. I will have to focus stack, so I'm going to start with the main subject, which is going to be this tiny bit of headland. So we're going to get that done. 15 seconds, looks okay. I've still got this on. I want to smooth out those ripples, so we'll take that. Absolutely glorious, beautiful morning, beautiful morning. We've taken that. I'm just going to double check to see if we've blown anything out. No, we're all good. And I'm just going to take, I only need to take one other shot down here on those rocks. I'm going to shoot behind you. Oh, Raffy wants a stone, so let's look after him. There you go. Let's look at what we've got this way. Some beautiful light on the water, I noticed. Absolutely gorgeous light on the water. That you can just see there. So I don't need to focus anywhere but on that headland itself. So I'm just going to focus in on that headland. I'm going to have a very quick move with that polarizer. I actually like the glare a little bit, I like the colour, and I'm actually 15 seconds because I'm into the light is too fast. I'm going to come down to make sure that we don't clip anything. I'll probably take 2 images. One to make sure that we've got the sky not blown out, some beautiful cloud over there, and then another, let's just double check that, make sure we've got no clipping, and we haven't, and all those rocks are beautifully in silhouette. I could leave them like that, but I'm going to do a slightly longer exposure now, which will blow out the sky. So I want a touch of detail. I'm back to that 15 seconds. And it will also, it'll probably blow out some of that water, but it'll also allow me to paint in some areas of light interest of where that light is. Thank you so much for joining me here at Second Valley, Rafi and I, that is, and I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. I certainly have. It's not what I came to photograph, but I'm taking it all the same. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it, looking for different compositions in a familiar place, and yeah, hopefully you'll think about mimicry a little bit more, about playing it forward and taking someone else's idea and practicing it until you're happy with it, and then do your own twist. So it's okay to take the iconic, I think. Take it first and then play around and see what you can create yourself. So all it leaves me to say is please look after yourself, look after your loved ones, and until next time, see ya.